Hi boys and girls. I am filming this video for a little spelling lesson, and this is going to be an unusual way to do spelling since in the classroom it's so teacher-led. So hopefully this will work out well for you. We're going to, as much as possible, do a normal kind of spelling lesson. So I will be saying the words and we'll go over the markings together and the syllable breaks, and then you'll kind of respond back to me. I would like you to actually speak up even and do our normal markings like a little thinking cap and actually use your hands and show motions for that. Also, when we do the sounds and the syllable breaks, have your arm out so that you do it with me. I know it'll be a little bit unusual just talking to each other's cameras, but we're making do. I wish I was seeing you in person right now, and I hope that you guys are all staying safe at home and keeping yourselves occupied. Hope that I'll get back to school and see you all very soon in just the next few weeks, but this is what we're going to do for now. So we're going to do a lesson where I've got a little whiteboard here for you to check the correct spelling. If you don't already have something in front of you right now, I'd like you to grab some paper and a pencil. You can pause this for a second to go grab that. And you'll be writing down your words. I know it's not our normal dotted paper, but try to have good handwriting, and we're going to be doing 6 words today for our lesson. Okay, so the first word that we have in our lesson is dispense. Say dispense. So to dispense is an action. It means to hand out something, like you might dispense pencils, or there could be a candy dispenser that would dispense a piece of candy at a time. So for this word, once again, it is a verb in action. Let's sound it out with our arms out, and dispense is the word. Dispense, 2 syllables. And the first syllable, what sounds do you hear? D, is, 3 sounds. So basic code, that's just 1 z there. Next, p, n, s, 4 sounds. So to avoid confusion with that s at the end of the word, we're going to add a silent final e, job number 5. So it's basic code other than the silent final E at the end. Dispense. Go ahead and write it now. And for any of these, you can pause if you need more time. Okay, but I'm going to go over the spelling now. So I'll go ahead and do just the whole word and then show it to you. D is syllable break. P, n, s, silent final E, job number 5. Check that your spelling matches mine. Dispense. Okay. And actually for the next ones, I might be able to write it just like that. Okay, so make corrections if you need to. Pause this if you need more time. We're going to go from left to right to do markings at this time. And do we have anything here? For this one, I should see you pushing to the side. We're going to get back to the S. First, silent final E. Job number 5. And now, go back to that Z. It's affected by the rule. Okay, and dispense is a verb. I'm going to put a V there. Okay, our next word that we have is going to have 2 more that go with it. The word is value. When you say value, okay, so value can be a noun or a verb. To value something means that you see the worth in it. Or you could say that something has a certain value, like something of high value would be, like gold or a diamond, or new technology would have high value because it's worth a lot. So for value, sound out the sounds with me on your arms. Value, 2 syllables. In the first syllable, what sounds do you hear? V, a, ol, 3 sounds. That's basic code. Next syllable, you, 1 sound. Now, what do we know about words ending with you? In the English language, our words do not end with you, so we need a silent final E at the end of it. So value, that's just a u, and a silent final E. Go ahead and write it. And feel free to pause if you need more time. Okay, let's do value. I know I'm going to be blocking it, so you won't really see it until the end anyway. Silent final E. Job number 2. Okay, so check that your spelling matches mine. Okay, for the markings, anything here? Yes, U says its name, so we're going to underline it. And silent final E, it's a job number 2. English words do not end with U or V. And this is noun or verb. Okay, now we're going to make it a past tense. So for the past tense of it, we're just going to add d to the end of it. So this is no longer a silent final E. It's part of a d to past tense ending. Okay, so altogether it's valued. So it's val, syllable break, ud, and that d is a d to past tense ending. Go ahead and write valued. And pause it if you need more time. Let's go over the spelling. Val, syllable break, ud, using a d to past tense ending. Okay, so do we have any markings? Nothing in the first syllable. U says its name again. A d to. Think of which sound it's saying for valued. A d t. It's the second sound. So I'm going to put a little tiny 2 there. And this is only used as a verb when it's in the past tense. Okay, so now we're going to turn it into valuing. So for valuing, we're going to add just that ing suffix to make it present participle. And so go ahead and sound it out with me. We're going to drop our silent final E because we're adding a vowel suffix and obviously dropping the ed to past tense ending. Okay, valuing, 3 syllables. In the first syllable, what sounds do you hear? V-a-l, 3 sounds, same as before. Next, U, 1 sound, just a u-u-uh. And last syllable, e-ng, 2 sounds. The E is I-E, saying its 3rd sound, and the ng is the phonogram ng. Go ahead and write valuing. Okay, and sound it out as you write. I know that I'm not there to say that to you, but whenever we are saying or writing out each of these phonograms, you should be saying the sounds of the phonogram. So I know it feels a little bit uncomfortable possibly to do it when it's just you writing them, but really try to still say those names or the sounds of the phonograms. Should have mentioned that for the last ones too. Okay, valuing, sound it out with me. V, a, l, syllable break, u, syllable break, e-ng, valuing. Okay. Markings, anything here? Okay, U says its name, we're underlining it again. I-E says its 3rd sound, so 3 on top of that, and ng. Okay. Valuing is used only as a verb as well. Okay. These 3 go together. The next 2 are also going to go together. The next one that we're going to look at is the word allege. To allege something means it's used as a verb, that it's kind of an accusation or kind of a rumor that something's the case. Okay, so something could be alleged. That's using it as an adjective, but to allege something means there's kind of a rumor that something is going on. It is going to be connected to the next word that's derived from it, allegiance. And allegiance is one that you're probably a lot more familiar with, like the Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance in that context means like it is our pledge to be loyal to our country and to go along with all of the things that the country stands for. So it's basically a pledge of loyalty. So allege is the next one we're going to do, and then allegiance. For allege and allegiance, there's a muffled a-a-ah, so we think to spell it as allege. Allege, not allege, but allege. Sound it out with me. Allege, 2 syllables. And the first syllable, what sounds do you hear? A-ul, 2 sounds. That first ul ends up being silent when we say it, but think of 2 ul sounds. 1 in the first syllable, 1 in the second syllable. Next syllable, what do you hear? J, 3 sounds. The j sound comes from g, j, and it makes that sound because it's followed by a silent final e, job number 3, which makes k, s, or g, j, say the second sound. So allege. Go ahead and write it and sound it out as you write. Okay. And pause if you need to. I'll start writing. Ul, syllable break. Ul, j, silent final e, job number 3. Okay, make corrections if you need to. Now in our first syllable, do we have markings? Now that is a muffled sound. It gets a thinking cap. You should put a thinking cap up. Next, this is silent. Okay, so this first one ends up being silent. Usually when we have that double consonant and it's separated by a syllable break, that first one is silent. Nothing there, nothing there. Second sound of g, j, and should see you pushing it to the side. We're going to get back to it. Silent final e, job number 3. Makes good j, say its second sound, or third sound. Oh yeah, sorry, second sound, but it's the third silent final e job. Okay, now we are going to underline that g, j. It's the reason for the silent final e. Allege is a verb. Okay, I'm going to turn it into a noun by adding that ants suffix. Ants, not ants, like the insects, but for allegiance, we think to spell it as allegiance. Okay, allegiance. Now we don't have a silent final e anymore because we're going to add a vowel suffix, but it says its second sound because we're going to add a silent it-i-e. So switch out this silent final e for it-i-e before adding that ants suffix. So let's say the word with the syllables allegiance. And actually, sorry about that. We're going to basically have that j sound, even though it wouldn't normally be a syllable on its own, but we're going to have a separate syllable for it because it has that it-i-e. So allegiance is maybe a way that you could think of it. Ul, 2 sounds in that first syllable. It's the same as what we already wrote. Next, ul, j, 3 sounds. Dropping that silent final e. Actually, ul, e, 2 sounds, and then moving the j to the next syllable. J, e, 2 sounds, that is it-i-e. Allegiance is our last one. Ans, 3 sounds. So we're going to have a silent final e, job number 3 with it, which makes k, s, say its second sound. So allegiance with a k, s, and silent final e. Go ahead and write allegiance, which we think to spell allegiance. This is a longer one. Feel free to pause here to take your time. Okay, and when you're ready, let's go over the answer. Ul, syllable break. Ul, e, syllable break. J, e, syllable break. N, s, silent final e. Allegiance, which we pronounce allegiance. Okay, thinking cap here. Just like above. Next, double underline, silent ul there. E says its name. It didn't say it in the first one, but it says its name now. Second sound of good, J, just like before, but we don't underline it because it doesn't have a silent final E. The I-I-E, can you think of what we would mark that as? It's going to be double underlined. It's silent. We pronounce it, remember, allegiance. So the sound comes from a, that's unusual, so it gets a thinking cap. S. It's the second sound of k, s. And push it to the next one. Silent final E, job number 3. And now we're going to go back to that k, s. It's the reason for a silent final E. Okay, those are our words for this whole week. So this is going to be just one lesson for the whole week. The rest of the days this week, you are going to just practice them. You can listen to this video again so that you hear me saying the words, and you can even skip ahead so that I don't go through all the markings with you and everything. But just to hear the words, because even though you are at home, it's best for your spelling to not just look at the word and then write it again, because that would be just copying what you see, and anybody can copy a word that they see, but you are locking this away in your brain and then bringing it forward over and over again. So you can watch this video. I've also put on Google Classroom some different ideas for practicing your words that are more of kind of the copying way of doing it. But they're fun ideas, and so if you could have a parent or a sibling or somebody read the words to you. So of these 6 words, you know, go through having somebody say dispense for you, to then write it in a sentence, write it on a whiteboard. If you've got something like a sandbox at home, to write it in sand. Something that's kind of different. You could have a picture and include it in your picture even. So a lot of those ideas are in the document that I put on Google Classroom for this spelling lesson. So practice these 4 more times throughout the week, each one 4 more times. But this is the only time that you will do it as a normal spelling lesson for the whole week. The other days are just review. So this is much slower than our normal spelling would be. But that is all for today. Hope you're doing well, and I miss you guys. And I will talk to you soon. If you've got questions about some of this stuff during the live sessions Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you can ask them then. Okay, bye.